Welcome, everybody. Dan Beard of the North here with another episode of In the Longhouse. Hope you're having a great Friday night. Who all knows my guest here? How many of you know Alex?
Few people.
You think a few people knew you? Everybody say hello to Alex tonight, Voodoo Menscraft. And I mean, I don't mean any disrespect to the second half of the owner, but I think the savior of Voodoo Menscraft at the same time. That's my honest opinion. So, how are you doing tonight, sir?
Doing pretty good. Tired. I don't know if I told you this, but I went back doing or I don't know if you knew me, but the blue shirt began me doing pest control.
Yep.
I was doing pest control for 10 years, and I recently got back just to do it part-time, just to get, that extra income, that extra money coming in. But yeah, man, just tired. I had to work today and then came home to pack some orders. But it's more, it's a different tiredness, I guess, when you're doing what you really like.
Yeah.
It's like you're home and it just feels right.
Right. The work doesn't feel like work. It's
exactly.
You have a good overall feel of, yes, I feel good. I'm tired. I'm beat, but I don't fucking hate my life.
Exactly. That's exactly right. It's one of the things that I've told many people that have asked me, hey, should I start doing this? And the main question I always ask, do you have a passion for it? Are you gonna commit your entire time to this? If not, you're not gonna enjoy it. Simple as that.
Right. Exactly. And when you wake up and you go to work every day, and if you hate it,
yep.
And that's unfortunately 85% of America. Yeah. Oh, before we get too far into it, let's say hello to some of the people that have been in here. We got Ellie. How you doing, Ellie? Good to see you. Can you see the comments?
I can. Yes, I'm using my pad over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
How you doing, Aldemir? Good to see you, sir. Jason. E-Beard. How goes, sir? Nice to see you, Scott. Thanks for stopping in. I'm glad you're here to watch. And no, you were not first. Oh, what's going on, Garrett? You piece of shit. Glad you were nice enough to grace us with your presence tonight. How's it going, Mark? Glad to see you, man.
Mark, how's it going?
Got my brother DJ. How you doing, sir? Hope you're having a good night. Hope everything went well with the issue you were having. Russ, how's it going, sir?
Hey, Russ, how are you?
Walter, good to see you, sir.
Man, that's a nice beer right there.
Yeah. Oh, last week was the first stream he was in when I was with Jay, and everybody was just like, "Man, look at Walter's beard! Holy fuck, look at that thing!"
It's like on point.
Oh, what's going on, TV? Thanks for stopping in, man. We got Mr.
Nice
Richard Grush.
Hey, Richard, how are you?
Got my wife, who will probably last a whole 5 minutes before she passes out. How you doing, Jason? Nice of you to stop in, man.
How are you?
Oh, let's see. Oh, we got Justin here. How you doing, sir? It's been a while since I've seen you. Nicholas, good to see you, sir. Mike, good to see you as well, sir. Thanks for everybody stopping in. Forgive me if I lag. We all know my internet situation. How are you? So, yeah, right. We're all hail the Walter beard. It's true. It's such a big fucking beautiful, well-kept gray white beard. And Walter's a really nice dude too. I talked with him for a little bit.
Yeah.
What's going on, Corey? How you doing, sir? Rarely hear from this guy much anymore.
What's up, Corey? Good to see you, man.
Oh, do I want to put that comment up? DJ. So all can read, all is good, worked out, but your dick pills got sent to dad's. You got to change your billing address. Oh, fuck you, DJ. Come in and troll me. Oh, what's going on, Shaky? How you doing, sir? Glad you stopped in. Here's one for you too.
Mr. Rogers. Good to see everybody, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks for everybody to stop in tonight. How you doing, Aaron? Good to see you as well, sir. So, for those who don't know, Alex here used to be blue shirt bearded. Long before he had anything to do with Nicholas. Voodoo. Long before he had anything to do with Voodoo, he was blue shirt bearded. I knew him when I first came into the community, when I joined the BABC. He was also a member. And really good dude, really enjoyed talking to him. He left the group shortly after I joined, but
yep.
he was in pest control, and I used to ask him now and then what type of hornets and wasps and shit he dealt with during that, because I, of all things, am deathly afraid of fucking wasps and hornets and that shit. If one comes anywhere near me, I tend to freeze up in a cold sweat like a little bitch. But at the same time, the little bastards fascinate me. It's like what I'm scared of fascinate me. I want to know everything about them. So I used to ask him how it was dealing with certain nests like that and how often he had to do it. And how often do you have to deal with that, especially now that you're kind of dabbling back into it?
It depends. Right now, it's not the season just quite yet for it. You might see, just a small paper wasp nest hanging around, but I will say mid-July is when you start seeing the basketball size ones. And they're always, like so high up in the soffits, and yeah, we're getting to that point pretty soon.
Now, do you go full suit and everything when you deal with that stuff?
It depends. Yes, if I have to use a ladder to reach the nest, yes, I'm gonna put the suit on. Just I can't really run, from when I'm up in there 20 feet high.
Unless you want to take a long jump.
Exactly. But other than that, if it's on the ground, I have a backpack that is equipped with like a jet stream that you can take care of from like 20 feet away. So it's pretty easy. Okay. The products that we use is pretty good.
Okay. How you doing, Chris? Good to see you, sir. And I saw this fucking dickhead. How you doing, Joe? You too? See, like the reason why I am deathly afraid of them is because when I was younger, I had a lot of incidents that didn't go so well. And I got stung quite a few times.
Gotcha.
So that's where my fear comes from. And I was quite young. I was like 5.
Give or take. Yeah.
So it planted that seed in my head that every time one's around, the pain just, I know it probably wouldn't really hurt all that much now, but then it was like being stabbed with a poker that was left in a fire forever.
Yeah, that hurts.
But I've had to kill like 6 wasps in my house already. But living out in the middle of nowhere, I don't know how they're getting in. I have no idea. I know they're making nests because there's like little tiny spaces between like the awning part of my roof and then the roof itself. And I
Right.
see them
Yeah.
going up in there. So I know there are nests up in there. So that's how they're somehow getting into the house. But yeah, when they get in the house, I hear Becky, Dan, there's a wasp in the house. It's like, God damn it again.
Oh man, yeah, that can be frustrating when you see them just inside and you don't know where they're coming from. But a lot of places that they can wedge themselves, and come right in. Hey, hey,
What's
hey,
going on,
what's
Corey? How you
going
doing,
on?
sir? And I saw this fucking piece of shit too. Vato, you fuck. If I knew, Vato, honestly, if I knew how to give wrenches out, since I'm not all that great at this whole technical shit, I would maybe give you one and then take it away from you. How you doing, Ken? Good to see you, sir. Yes, this right here. Oh, I'm going to co-host now. That's news to me. Last time I played just a friendly little moderator, but yes, for everybody that, if you missed last night on the commission, or if you've probably seen this on Instagram, if you have Instagram, Chris, me, and Joe's doing the 4th annual Beards Against NF. It's a good cause, really good cause. I don't know, are you donating anything to it, Alex?
I did a few years ago. We actually had a scent that was linked to Jersey Joe, actually, that
Okay.
are re-released, and we gave all um, the funding, of course, to the organization. But yeah, that was a few years ago.
Okay. I didn't know if he had reached out to you at all this year to do it or not. And we talked about it last night. There was actually a question that was, I don't know how often you've watched the commission or not, if you have or not. But we do a segment where Joe puts up a link and it's anonymous questions. And actually, somebody asked last night how Joe reacts to people or to companies if he reaches out to them and they refuse to donate.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a thing where we're not putting him on the spot. It's nothing. He doesn't expect anybody to, so
Yeah.
me asking that question, I didn't mean to put you on the spot in that
Oh,
sense.
no,
But
not at all.
if they say no, they say no. It's one of those things where companies don't have to donate shit to anything. They do it out of the kindness of their heart, or,
yep.
They got expenses just as much as anybody else does. So I just thought I'd ask if you had donated or not, or if you had maybe thought about it, or maybe now I planted that seed again.
we definitely did. I want to say maybe it was right when I got in. It was a scent called The Cure, and we went ahead and released it back, and yeah, just quite a few people, got it. At first when I got in, it was very slow, so it didn't get the word out like you would now, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, it went. A few people got it.
I'm going to do my best to try to keep up with comments tonight, since I sucked ass at it last week. So if I skip over you, if you say hello to everybody that is in here. I appreciate everybody that is in here. I'm going to try to keep up with the comments this time. But yep, mark your calendars for that. May 23rd. Beard. I don't know how many people are going to want 2 pain in the ass hound dogs. I have a dog already that's just as much of a dumbass pain in the ass that I have to deal with already. I'm fine with just him.
Mr. E, how are you?
How you doing, E? I wonder how much you and Vato are going to bitch at each other back and forth tonight. Hey, Deidre. How you doing? I'm assuming you're at work. This is my sister.
Oh, well, hello.
Yes. Well, at least Aldemir gets it. So, when you decided that you were going to buy into, I'm assuming you bought into Voodoo, and basically, as I said in the beginning, pull them out because he was basically going to close the doors, wasn't
Yeah, he was.
he?
Uh,
And
yeah,
go
so
ahead.
basically, I purchased the company from him.
Okay.
He put it up for sale. He said, "Hey, I can't really do it anymore. I'm busy, and I'll give you what I have next coming, what I had planned with all the labels and stuff. Not additional charges or anything like that, and you take it from there." And I said, "Yeah, that sounds great." But then he's like, "Hey, he was like, but can I stay like in the background and just do your artwork?" And I was like, "What? Are you serious? Like why not? Like he's so talented." And um, I didn't know I didn't know what I was gonna do with the website. I had no clue how to how to organize it, how to make up a website. So it was a great help. It was a tremendous help when he decided to just stay in and just just do the art and the website.
Well, it's good that Jeremy, right?
Jeremy, yeah, his name is
Jeremy,
Jeremy Howell.
that he decided to stay on and help you in some way.
Yeah,
Especially if, like you said, he's talented in that sense of being able to do the artwork. Has he done all the artwork for everything gone forth?
everything with the exception of that Halloween logo that I had. It's like a pumpkin, uh, like for we released it for Halloween. That was a different artist, but everything else has been Jeremy.
Okay. What's going on, Hookem? Good to see you, sir. Okay. Well, at least he stayed on because, correct me if I'm wrong, he was basically drop shipping, correct?
That is correct. Yeah,
Okay. And then when you came and purchased the company from him, you only did that for a little while before you decided that you were going to take over the reins of that and basically start making everything in house.
correct. That was always the plan. I think he also wanted to do that in house, but because he was in school, he was in I guess like a dorm. He just didn't have this space, and
Okay.
like the kitchen and all that to have like the lab. Uh, so yeah, his idea was, let me just start with this, and then I'll transition to maybe do it myself. And yeah, when I took over, I said, hey, let's go ahead and just, because we had so many labels, and they can get pretty expensive. So I said, let's go ahead and roll the ball with everything that we have right now, and hopefully we can sell it. If not, we're just gonna pay, and just start fresh. And
Right.
that's what actually happened, like around, I want to say maybe last February. Like I just say, let's go ahead and just start, fresh, and I started making everything in house.
Okay. Is that I know you had reached out to me and asked my opinion on a couple of different things.
Yeah.
You sent me, I think it was the original Corleone. I
No.
have no, it wasn't the original
No.
Corleone.
Nope.
Okay.
Do you remember? Did it have labels?
Yeah, it had a label.
Okay. So maybe it was the dropship Corleone that you had.
Okay. That is probably the one then, yes.
Okay, that was just like a high-end cologne fragrance. I think it was Gucci or something like that.
Okay.
Can't remember, but you had that one, I believe.
I have actually right over here somewhere. I have way too much shit. But it was one of
Do
the.
you
It
really?
was. It was one that you. It was Corleone. You hadn't released it yet, and you wanted
Okay.
to know. You asked me for my opinion on it, and then you sent me when you were first starting your bird oils,
Mhm.
and it was a holy fucking leather scent.
Yeah, I remember.
And I mean, I've had strong leather before, but that was leather.
And you know what's funny though? That it only had like 5 drops of leather.
Well, whatever
That's all it
leather,
had.
whatever leather you were using, holy shit,
It's strong. Yeah.
it was strong.
Yep.
How you doing, Chris? Oh, where was that one? Oh, Ellie. See, Corleone is good. It is.
Yep.
How you doing, Cruz? Nice of you to drop in, sir.
Mr. Healthy Bearded. Yeah.
But I don't
So that
remember
was
what was that? What was the name of that? Because I know after I kind of gave you my opinion and stuff, and I know you had some other guys that had
yeah.
tried it, and they had kind of the same similar opinion to me.
Yep. That
And
was
you,
Desperado.
that was what? Okay, that was Desperado. Okay, because you didn't send. There was no label or nothing. You didn't even tell me the name of it. You just said I have
Yeah.
something that's leather, and I want you to try it.
Yep. I sent you the very first creation, which was Lazy Bones, and then it was the second one, which was Desperado, which was like my idea was of a woodsy, leathery cologne type of scent.
Okay. Because I know you had said that you scaled back the leather a little bit,
I did. Yep.
and would you just take 2 drops out of it?
I did it. It was 3 drops instead. Yep. That's exactly
Okay.
what I did. And yeah, after a while, it was one of the those scents that it didn't sell.
Okay.
So that's when we decided to pull the plug on Desperado.
How you doing, Dean? Dean, Jesus, if I could speak. Leather is cool if done right, but also can mess up an entire scent profile. It's true. I give Jason Folks. He did a thing with Ferocious, and it's a leather heavy scent, and I give him shit to this day that it smells like Dr. Pepper, and he absolutely hates it. But everybody's, perception of stuff is different, and that
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like, well, it's leather, and it's like, and I told him, no, there's no leather in this. It's straight up Dr. Pepper. He gets so hung up on it and so pissy about it. It makes me laugh every time.
Yeah, leather is pretty hard, and also coffee. Coffee is just very strong and really hard to work with. And the last one, I think it's campfire. Like the
Okay.
smoky scent that's really hard to work with.
See, and I love campfire. It could be straight campfire, and I would be all about it. But that's me. That's
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
How you doing, Curtis? Nice of you to stop in, man. Here's Tyson. What's going on, sir?
Tyson, how are you?
Uh, Corleone, patchouli, cedar, oud, grapefruit, cocoa butter, cashmere. Yes.
Yeah, that's what it changed to. So yeah, I was like, man, I was thinking about a cologne that will fit the label, like it will fit the Dawn, right?
Right.
And oh man, Corleone was one of the ones that it took me a while to get, and I don't like patchouli at all,
I'm
and
not a huge fan either.
this is the only patchouli that I really like, and it has some cedar on it too, and I love cedar,
So do I.
but the scent doesn't come out like that. It's
Doesn't
just
mix all that well.
exactly, and as soon as I open the bottle of the fragrance, I'm like, you know what, this is definitely this is good. and I had some tobacco oud, and at the same time I was doing some research, what kind of cologne will go, what kind of scents will go with grapefruit,
Right.
and and mix it all up. And I think the last one that I had was the cocoa butter cashmere that will give it like that sweetness and sort of like a sway uh, fragrance to it. And man, I was like, this is good. So that was the birth of uh, Corleone once we moved it into the Burr blend.
Right. Okay. Because yeah, the drop ship, the blend that was prior to the bird blend, it to me was it was almost very patchouli heavy in a sense.
Yeah,
And I don't know, it came off sweet to me, and it just I was not a fan.
yeah, yeah.
And
It was definitely a little sweeter
yeah.
than the Corleone now.
How you doing, Ben? Thanks for stopping in, sir.
He says I have such a calming voice.
And then there's me. I can have a very calming voice if you want me to, Tyson. Trust me. But, so, how you doing, Travis? Nice of you to drop in, sir.
Hey, Travis.
So, let's go into kind of the evolution of what you have done with Voodoo, from going from just oils and butters to now the huge array of products that you offer.
Yep.
Tell me how you kind of started to go into that.
So ever since I started using natural beer oil, I just started to transition into like natural soaps, natural deodorants, shampoos, and all that. I kind of like pay a lot of attention. Once I was doing everything, like natural is just the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
And what I wanted to do now was whatever I use, with the help of of feedback of our ambassadors, and the VIPs, and if it works for everybody else, we can definitely put it on the site. So the idea was, um, you know, to pretty much put on the website what I use on a daily basis,
Okay.
from beer oil to butter. Now we have the H2O beer rescue that I got tired of using that crappy plastic stale water to spread my beard. And I said, there's got to be something else that we could do. And again, started researching and doing a blend of aloe vera juice with distilled water, um, and cacao oil, which for me has been really good. And I use it on my face as well. I used to use Neutrogena face lotion. I dumped all that out, and I've been using just cacao oil for my face.
Neutrogena.
So yeah, that was
dog shit.
That was the main. That was the goal. Just to have a one-stop shop, and basically just I'm just the guinea pig, of course. All the products that I put out and on the site. And yes, we have some products that we don't make in house, like the conditioner, the shampoo.
Right. I know that with that type of stuff, there's certain specifications that you have to meet.
Correct.
And if sometimes it's either easier or maybe even cheaper or any of that to, third party outsource some of that stuff.
Exactly.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Those are the only ones that we always tell the customer, hey, we don't make those in house. We get that from a distributor, so they understand. It's a lot that goes into it, of course. And I shout out to all the owners that actually do the beer wash. It's amazing. But hopefully we get into that route as well. So far, our washing conditioner has worked pretty well. I use it on a daily basis, you know, and it's been pretty good.
Well, that's good. I know when I started thinking about, taking care of my beard and, actually making it presentable and keeping it well, and started learning about the oils and the butters and all that stuff. Because when I did it prior to this, it was it's just fucking hair. I'll wash it with my shampoo. Who cares? And just let it grow and look like a mangy mutt. And when I started looking into it, then I started looking into the other stuff that I was using. Like I was using the shitty Head and Shoulders 2 in
Exactly. I
1,
was using the same thing. Yep.
and I was using, God, what the fuck was it? It was like Dove for Men or something body wash. And I started doing the research into that stuff. And like, I remember watching one specific thing for the Dove body wash stuff where they like blue lit somebody after they had
Yeah.
used it. And it's like, oh yeah, it looks like it's all washed off, but they just were glowing like a blue alien. Like, oh, it leaves chemical shit all over you. And just, yeah, no thanks. So I started moving into researching
Like
more,
natural. Yep.
yeah, more natural soaps and head beard wash, head hair wash, all that stuff. I've gone through more shampoo for my head because I basically, from when I started actually showering as a child till I started doing this, I was using Head and Shoulders.
Yep. I remember the same thing. You know, my mom used to use Head and Shoulder a lot, and now you
Yep.
can see her hair is like thin. My hair has actually, started to thin in here, but it's been better with the shampoo that I have now. But yeah, I just didn't want any of that crap anymore. Like I felt like even the deodorant, it's been
I,
hard with the deodorant.
I switched deodorants too. I was using fucking Speed Stick and
Yeah,
Old Spice and never could figure out why my goddamn armpits burned after a while and all that stuff.
right.
And I started looking into natural, deodorants and figuring out that parabens and the aluminum and all that shit needs to be taken. That's what causes all that stuff. It's fucking horrible for you.
Yeah, but definitely is.
What's
Uh,
going on, David? How you doing, sir? Thanks for stopping in, man.
yeah, Diablo.
But it's like this. I did use Axe body spray. I did.
I did too. Yeah.
I did.
I remember after weight training class, I was like,
Yep. After football practice, after all that shit, just fucking half can it. That's what you did. People
oh
could smell
man.
you coming from half a mile away. But, switching in now, I don't use like body washes. I'm like strictly bar soap. That's
Yep.
it.
Yep. That's what I
And,
used to.
I've tested out so many different, head hair washes I had Brickle for a while. I even tried out that Pros that you see ads for on Instagram and shit like that all the time, which did not work for me. It's not worth it. If you've ever been thinking about it. And right now I'm testing out Johnny Slick's actually his head hair wash and conditioner to see how that might help, because contrary to belief, I'm thinning out here up on top. It sucks.
Yeah, that sucks.
So I'm trying to see if I can counteract that. I know I've got male pattern baldness on my mom's side of my family, so I might end up having to deal with it, but for
Same
now
here,
I don't want to.
my brother has. I don't know if you have seen the pictures that sometimes I post from him. Uh, he shaves all the way, and he started losing his hair. Like maybe I want to say 3, 4 years ago. He's 38, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, I tell my wife all the time, hey, if I shave my head, would you still like me?
Yeah, well,
And
you know how they like to pull that shit on you all the time. Well, if I got a little fat, would you still love me? Don't ask me those
but
fucking questions.
hey, her answer has always been yes, of course. And hey, she even tells me, because I'm getting a lot of grays.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even funny, like I have some here, I got like, it's everywhere. And I tell her the same question. Hey, what do you think of this? And she's like, she likes the salt pepper look. And I'm like, okay, well, if you are okay with it, then I'm okay with it.
Let's see. I think a question got asked on the commission to Becky, would she rather me shave my head or shave my beard? And she said that she would rather me shave my beard than my head because she has seen me bald before. And she does not like it. And I kind of looked at her like, if I shave the beard off, I'm gonna have to cut the hair off too, because in my personal opinion, if you have long hair like I do, you need to have the beard in order to distinguish you as a man. Otherwise, you just look like a manly woman. That's my personal opinion. So if one's gonna go, the other's got to go too. But the other way
No, I hear
around,
you on that.
if I can keep the beard, I don't care if I have to go bald or not.
Yeah,
But she does.
I'm actually thinking the same thing. Hey, if I need to shave, then I'll shave my head.
Voodoo soaps and products will get you more ass than a toilet
Oh
seat.
man, that's a good one.
Oh, I've had many companies proclaim that their products will get you laid, and I have yet to have that happen. So I'm gonna call bullshit. Just saying. Come on now, Corey. It's
Right.
not a pretty sight. It's not really. My head being shaved, beard, bald. It's not a pretty sight. But if I have male pattern baldness where I'm going to lose it anyway, and I'm not doing the fucking horseshoe, there ain't no way in hell I'm going to do that. So
Right.
he puts out some baby makers.
I do have to say though that every time I create something new, I need to pass it by the supervisor over here.
Of course.
And if she gives me it's like faces that she gives me. It's like, it goes like number one, right? It's like, what is this? I'm like, okay, I need to remake that. Number two is, it's nice. I like it. It's sweet, woodsy. I'm like, okay, something's missing. And then we have the oh my god, it's so good. And I'm like, okay,
All right, that's
a
a
good one
winner.
right there.
That's a winner.
But she does help a lot with when I come up with the new creation. So
Well, as much as we don't want to admit it, guys, our women, their opinion matters too when it comes to it, because if you want them to play with your dick, smelling good is part of that. So their opinion does matter in that sense too. So if
absolutely.
they really enjoy the scent, it ups your chances dramatically. So
Yep, that's
that's
true.
why. But the part that sucks is when they have scents that they like that you absolutely hate, because it's
Yes,
really, you should
yep.
really wear that one. It's like, no, I have to wear it on my fucking face. You can walk away and you don't have to smell it anymore, but I have to wear it on my face.
I actually haven't had one just yet that she does not approve after the dry down, and I like that, that she's always, smelling me, and she's always say, that's good. That's really good. So
I know I have some that we both agree on that we both like, which is nice. I wear those often then, but she likes the candy stuff, the cake, that
like
shit.
got the sweet tooth.
Yes. And I can't do it. It's not for me. How you doing, Jay? Nice to see you, sir. Thanks for hopping in, man.
Maybe combine it with some pine, maybe you would like it.
No, that ain't gonna work. It don't work.
Oh man.
Well, Mike, aren't you fucking lucky?
Oh man.
See, Deidre, only for a little bit. Only for a little bit. I know, of course, hugging, if you're going to touch the beard, you're going to have a little bit of it on you for a little while, but it will dissipate after a little bit.
Oh man.
He said it, not me. He said it.
Sometimes, I want to say sometimes.
It works for some men, Jay. It doesn't for others. There are some men that do not look good bald. And I know I'm one of them. The beard might change it a little bit because I didn't have a beard the last time I was bald, but I don't know. I won't know until I get put in the position where I have to do it. That's a good one, Mark. That's funny. Oh. Anyway. So when you're testing stuff out, especially when you started to really ramp stuff up and, do different products and stuff, how often did you end up with did you ever have reactions? Did you overdo stuff or anything?
I did, especially with my deodorant.
Okay.
At first I was doing, I want to say just everything standard. I wasn't doing organic, and I went organic. I changed the ratios on the baking soda. I know that's like a main component on natural deodorants, and that could irritate you because it changes your acidity levels on your armpit, and it's a whole different ball game when you're testing products for your armpits. It's a very sensitive area, and yes, that's one of the main ones that I had reaction, that I was like like burning, and not burning, but it was like very uncomfortable.
Okay.
And itchy.
You got a little irritated.
Yeah, irritation was like everywhere in my armpit, and I started doing more different ratios. My son, he uses my deodorant now, and he's been okay. He's 16,
Okay.
and that's what happens when I change the ratio on the baking soda.
Okay.
And again, everything that I use now, it's organic. For that reason, I wanted to see if there was a major difference. But yeah, here and there, I do get the very good feedback on the deodorants, and then I have a few ones that have the same reaction that I had before. So it's always, I guess, how sensitive you are to not only the baking soda, but I will say maybe the coconut oil,
Okay.
or
Yeah.
anything that goes in your armpit. It's been pretty hard.
Sure, it's something that takes a lot of little bit of this. Oh, too much.
Yeah.
A little bit more of this. Take a little bit of that away. A lot of tedious bullshit that probably sucks to do. And then when you're testing it, like you said, you're the guinea pig. So it's like, please let me fucking get it right this time because my skin hurts.
Exactly. I had the same trial with this, not with irritation, but with trying to get this right. This is the new product I'll be launching this summer. I know pretty much everybody knows what it is. It's the summer butter or liquid butter.
You're doing a liquid butter now. Okay.
Right. So it was kind of hard to get it right with I wanted to do different carriers just to change up the game, with in the summertime. And yeah, it came out just right. So we will
Good
be
deal.
having this at the beginning of June.
Okay. So not too far off yet.
Yeah, we're almost there, right? Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm talking like it's like the like
Hey, we got months
the
left
beginning
yet.
of May. Yeah,
How you doing, Donald?
but
Good to see you, sir. We got Nate from Johnny Ray in here. How you doing, sir? Thanks for stopping in, man.
hey Johnny, how are you?
I saw a question from Corey right here. How many products do you make in a batch? You have so many products to keep up with. He's just curious.
Oh, I'm pretty small still. I do 48, and that's just because that's how much labels I can get. It's every. I guess we have to buy them in 24s, so I get 4 sheets. Each sheet has 12 labels, so I just make 48 every time I release a new scent. So I'm not doing crazy amounts of anything at all. We're still pretty small.
Right. Okay. But even at the amounts that you're doing, you're still like round the clock busy almost.
Yes, yes. Not only because that's the limited, and of course we have the main lineup, and we have to keep those stock all the time. And thank you for the community that has been so helpful. Just word of mouth has worked really well, and yeah, we were definitely getting more business.
Right. Now, how how much of your business do you think comes from the Instagram beard bullshit community, and how much comes from the outside of that?
Outside of what you said?
The Instagram beard community world,
Mhm.
and how much comes from like outside of that, say like people just finding like on Google or Amazon, even if you have anything that shows up on there, or, you know what I mean? What do you think the
Like,
ratio is difference between like guys that you know in the beard community that are ordering from you, and
mhm.
then new customers coming from outside of said community?
It depends, I guess. We do have uh, the statistics that come from the website that tells us what new customers have arrived and the percentage. Um, but it's been increasing ever since. I feel like people are definitely looking for that natural product instead of going to Amazon. I know you can get it in Amazon, um, but I feel like again word of mouth and Facebook and all the social media has worked tremendously well.
Okay. So you would say that social media has been your main source of bringing in customers.
Yes, absolutely. And then also having a place for reviews online now is being helpful.
Okay.
Um, that's something that people will ask in the past of saying that I don't see any reviews for your products. So now we do have a place in the website that you can go and you can scroll down and you can write a review. So that has helped a lot too.
Okay.
And we actually are now at 150 5-star reviews, which is really good.
155-star reviews. I mean, that's not a number to bat an eye at. It's not
Yeah.
nothing, you know. I mean, especially for 5
Absolutely,
stars, you know,
yeah,
especially if you
yeah,
recently started that, you know. You know, companies used to, I mean, I know some still, it's still a big part of them for like YouTube reviews and, you know, written reviews on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, but
yeah, yeah.
you know, not many people do it anymore, you know.
Right, yeah,
Most of those YouTube reviewers quit doing it.
yep. That's one of the things that I missed from back in the day. All these reviewers that will get their hands on anything new, just to review it. Um, but I gotta say, we've been working with Brian over Beers and Banjos, and he's been a great help. And even the his followers, we get a lot of customers from there. So
Yeah,
everything helps.
he's got a big following, and he's one of the most uh, what's a good word? Nicest, I guess I could say. You know, easiest to watch and
Right.
comprehend what type of information he's trying to put out there and all that stuff. You know, I enjoy watching Brian. You know, I
Yeah,
enjoy Beers and
absolutely.
Banjos. He's always been a good dude. And like, you know, Nate says here, you know, he's very thorough.
He is,
So,
it reminds me when I used to do reviews. I wanted to like dissect, the product and do my best to like to describe the scent for everybody. So that's one of the things that he does that I've
yep.
seen. And
Mike, now that's a guy with a smooth voice.
but yeah, again, the community has definitely helped a lot, and social media, and
Scott says
just
he's going to
putting
be
just
reviewing some of your stuff too.
he is definitely, yes, he definitely bought some, and it took him by surprise. Out of nowhere, he just made a big purchase. Um,
He's off the luxurious bastard year-long train that he was doing.
oh, is he
So
now? Okay,
yeah, so now he's going to be, I think he's going to be dabbling more into it again.
okay, that's good. I definitely like feedback from different types of beards. And um, again, good or bad, we take all type of criticism. I have actually a few VIPs that they just go straight. It's straightforward. It's like, hey, I don't like this one. I'm like, okay, well, thank you for your honesty. That's what we need.
Yep.
Um,
I know that
we
when I
don't.
when I first told you my opinion about the leather one, you're like, I was like, I'm not trying to piss you off. I don't want to hurt your feelings or nothing, but this holy shit. And you were like, no, I need to hear that. And that's,
Yeah, yeah,
you know, there are a decent amount of owners out there that do receive that criticism in a positive way. But
yeah.
there's also an equal amount of them that will be like, oh, you don't like it? Well, fuck you. I don't care. I'm still going to put it out that way.
Exactly. Exactly. We definitely take feedback, very seriously. Um, and I know that people sometimes try to be nice and say, hey, this was it was okay, and I just tell them straightforward, no, you gotta let me know,
Mm-hmm.
like, your real thoughts.
Yep. See,
That's what we need to.
and that, like with what E Beard here says, what can he do different than the other reviewers that are out there? Well, it's like Corey says, it's easy to distinguish yourself. Just tell your
Yeah,
opinion, be honest about it. Don't I don't want to make anybody mad. I want everybody to like me.
right.
No,
That's
don't fucking do that.
right. You're not doing anybody any good.
No, you're not helping out anybody. You're not helping yourself. I mean, owners owners can pick that shit out pretty easy. Where it's like, you're blowing smoke up my ass. So just be honest. Just be you.
Yep.
And just give your opinion. That's how I go about it. I do it in a vulgar, straightforward way, but the people that want to watch it will watch it, and the people that don't, they won't. or they will, and then they'll shit talk you, but fuck them, who cares? You know, that's why the beard community I have a very sour taste for, because of I know what it was like before the bullshit, and then now what it is now, and it sucks. But
Yeah.
there are still enough decent people that I stick around. And like everybody in the chat right now, aside from the few lurkers that are probably here to do whatever they, learn. But everybody else, everybody that joins my chat, I really enjoy everybody that comes in, hangs out. I appreciate everybody that comes in and just spends the hour to 2 hours that I do this show with and support me and support my guests that I have.
Yeah. Can you put Johnny Ray's comment? That's a pretty good one. That's true.
Exactly.
Sometimes even with the fragrance, that's something you have a vision, right? Like for me, for example, this new one that I just created, Right Like Hell.
Mm-hmm.
The label came first. Jeremy was like, "Hey, I made this label, and what do you think?" So he sent it over. I don't know if you guys can see it. He sent it over, and I was like, "All right." So my vision was just to create something fun, and at the same time, summery, right?
Right. What's going on, Chris? Thanks for stopping in, man.
Hey, Chris, how are you?
Have a good night, Garrett. Have a good night, man.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So yeah, I had that as my vision, and then when I started, playing with a few fragrances, I'm like, that's not what I was looking for. It's not what I wanted to project. And then when you do get it right, and customers tell you otherwise, it's like, yeah, you had this vision for that, and it just didn't go through like you thought it would.
And some will, some won't. That's an inevitable thing. Not everybody's going to see it the way you see it. Not everybody's going to not everybody's going to smell it the same. Not everybody's going to look at the label and take the scent and be like, I don't really get it, or oh, I this works perfect, kind of thing. It's just one of those things where it's not everybody is going to see what you see.
Yeah.
But as long as go ahead.
Yeah, one great example was the I don't even have the bottle here with me. The previous limited that I had, which was In Search of Sunrise. That one for me, was, again, just the vision that I had was just me hanging out in the summer. I was working at Starbucks then, and I always envisioned, Starbucks in the winter time, people getting coffee and all that. But I had to distinguish, summer and winter. But then I kind of combined some dark scents with the with that scent, and it's just blended so well that it's one of the I might bring it maybe next year, because it's definitely one of the scents that I really enjoy, not only on beer but because of what it brings in like the past.
Your memory, where it puts you when you smell it. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. It's even though it wouldn't be the same vision for you or for anybody else, it's it's there for me, and it. Right. I'm glad it's a lot of people actually enjoyed it.
What's going on, Ken? Thanks for stopping in, sir. You as well, Matt. Glad you excuse me, glad you happened in here. But I get that. And that's what I've talked about a few different owners about, is if you like it, if you created it and you like it, put it out there. Not everybody is, people aren't going to be like, not everybody's going to be like, well, this is fucking amazing. I get exactly what you're talking about. I see exactly what you're talking about. Not everybody will do that,
Oh, yeah.
And it's
absolutely,
it's it's one thing to put stuff out there because it's I don't know, it's your basis, you know. It's kind of like, well,
Yeah.
you know, I got to put out my tobacco vanilla scent or my cologne scent because everybody does that, you know.
Yeah.
But then, well, I have this scent that I created that it puts me exactly on the beach that day that I first met my wife, and the best memory of my life, you know, she sucked my dick that night, that kind of stuff, you know. That scent is awesome to you, gives you that memory, and I think it should be you put out the stuff that you like. You know, you put out what you like, and
Yeah. Yeah.
if people don't like it, then so be it. Not everybody's gonna like everything. It's when I've talked to some owners and they've made sense and they've made some sense and they're kind of like, I'm not a huge fan of it, but I know some people might like it.
Yeah.
I'm not,
Yeah.
you know, I don't like that idea, I guess. Where it's like the owner doesn't like it, so why is he putting it out?
Right.
You know, so for me, like when I smell stuff, when I smell any of the shit that I have, if it brings me to a memory that I have throughout my life at some point, that automatically puts it like I'm going to wear that more often
Right.
than I am the regular old tobacco vanilla scent, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's one of the things that I know a lot of people um, always question too. You know, it's like, hey man, you know, I see you getting a lot of scents out. Like, um, how do you do it? You know, and I said, well, number one, you know, this is what I do every day, all day. You know, this is my full-time job. This is what I'm. If I'm not, you know, on fulfilling orders, I'm thinking about the next scent that is coming in July. You know, for me, it comes, I guess, easy when it comes to, I guess, acquiring the fragrances that I kind of want to envision for that specific month. And I just start, you know, I sit down and I just start playing around. I know, again, for some people, you know, it takes months. You know, it could be 6 months, 8 months, just to create a new product. But again, it's different, you know, with
With
people, I
everybody.
guess.
Yeah. It all depends on their creative process, you know?
Yeah, you know, yeah, everybody has, I guess, different timing and you know, when you're in your zone, you know, it's like, again, you know, the kids out of school, my wife works 12 hours a day. I'm just working. I'm creating a new fragrance. Um, and I feel like that's one of the things that a lot of people don't have. It's like they have another full-time job. They don't have time for it.
Right.
You got to have the time. You just have to have the time when you want to jump into something like this.
Yeah.
That you yes, you know, the fragrance, you know, vanilla, it's already created, but you wanna enhance it. You wanna project to another level, you know, and that's what you want to do as a maker. And yeah, you know, a lot of people take different amount of times. And again, it's one of the questions that comes up the most. It's like, you know, how is it that you do it so fast? I don't do it fast. You know, I have already something created for months in advance that I've been working on.
Yeah, the stockpiling, you know, it's not like every new scent you come up with, you made it last week. You came
Exactly.
up
You
with
know,
it, you
like
know, it's you you've created scents over time and you've just spanned out the release
right.
of them.
Like this one, for example, the newest one, I've wore this like the past month. You know, like it's been for me, it's like, okay, I'm over it. You know, like I'm good with it. I've used it for a lot, you know, a long time, and yeah, you know, that's how it is.
It all depends on creative process. You stockpile the creations that you come up with. I mean, it could hit you at any moment where you could just be, you know, sitting on the couch one day watching a movie and you just go, "Holy shit!"
Exactly.
You know.
And you know what? Now that we're talking about that, actually, before this one was not supposed to release this Friday. I actually had Moon Rocks from last year. That was our cannabis flower scent
Okay.
that everybody really enjoyed, and that was my fault because I had the labels, I had the bottles, I had everything ready to go, and I'm like, oh, let me go get the fragrances because I already had them, in the past. I already knew what to get. And when I try to, purchase the one that I needed, it wasn't there anymore.
Son of
And
a
I'm like,
bitch.
oh my gosh, like, are you serious? So I searched it, and it wasn't there. I called the company, and they're like, no, that's a seasonal one. It will be back maybe. And I was like, all right, that sucks, but hey, I had this one ready. Like at least I was able to, since I already have a lot of scents in line stockpiled. I was able to get this ready to go. Man,
Okay.
because it would. I felt so bad because I had sent samples. I always send a sample when people purchase the box. I always send a sample of the next release, you know, just for them to see if they're gonna like it or not.
Right.
We just want to make sure they're happy with their purchase, and they're gonna really enjoy it. So I had sent everybody Moon Rocks,
Whoops.
and I was like, oh my god, I didn't know what to do. I was like, I'm so sorry. Whoever got that sample, it's not coming out yet.
Oh, have a good night, Nate. Thanks for stopping and hanging
Hey,
out for a little
thank
while,
you for
man.
stopping by.
Walter had a question for you. Alex, what has been that scent you made that you didn't think would be your best seller to date?
That's a good question, and that was actually Tobacco Dreaming.
Tobacco Dreaming, huh?
Tobacco Dreaming, it's just a blend of different tobacco scents. It's got tobacco oud, it's got a smoked vanilla, it's got Cuban tobacco, it's got pipe tobacco. And normally I did it because I really wanted like an overload tobacco scent, and it's got tobacco leaf as well. And I'm like, man, I don't know if people are gonna like this tobacco heavy, but I really enjoy it. And up to date, has been one of the top sellers ever since it was released.
See? Put something out that
Yep.
you like, and it might just, be something everybody else likes. Take a shot on it, kind of thing.
Yep.
See, now, Carrie, you're just way too fucking anal about shit.
Yeah, that could be a problem. I'm OCD with how to organize and stuff, and yeah, that could happen too. When you're trying to get the exact, I guess, vision of the fragrance.
Right.
But man, yeah, I understand, Carrie. Yeah, it could definitely take some time when you're OCD.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a perfectionist mentality, there are going to be times where it just you have this thought in your head, and it's with anything that you do. I know mine is with putting out videos. I have a
Yeah,
perfectionist attitude towards it where it's like, oh, I said the wrong word 10 minutes in, I got to reshoot the whole fucking thing. Instead of
yeah,
just editing that one word out and then redoing. I feel that way in that shit too. It can be in anything, and with carrying his 6 months to make a scent, I mean, it takes him like a year sometimes to make a new scent. Because I
yeah.
think Sublime Vibes that he just put out, I think the one prior to that was a year ago. So but like I said, he's just too fucking anal.
Yep,
So
yep.
all right, everybody. We're at the hour mark, and Alex, he has to go to bed.
So I got a curfew.
Yeah, he has a
But
curfew.
but before we leave, I want to hand you guys the opportunity. I even wrote that. Can you read that?
In the Longhouse winner, congratulations. Oh, so we
So
we do have a
this.
giveaway.
Boom.
And it is for the new Ride Like Hell scent, right?
Correct. It will be the beer oil. It's beer butter and the body spray.
The body spray is fucking awesome. If you've never had his body spray, I thoroughly enjoy it, but do not fucking overdo it. I'll tell you that right now.
And then the 2.5 ounce of goat's milk soap. And of course, it will come with the next release sample.
Okay. So, what is the profile on Ride Like Hell? I didn't read it. So
that is blue raspberry. It's got dark cherry, lemon lime, and aqua musk. Again, we changed the aqua musk to aqua de Gio because we don't want to,
step on any
how do you
toes.
say that word? Exactly. We just wanted to do the musk, just like they label it on the fragrance. So it does have a little bit of aqua de Gio, and it has a little bit, just a little bit, of cool water.
Oh. So, if that sounds something you're into, how should we do the giveaway tonight?
How about if we do a trivia question?
You want to do a trivia question?
Just to make it a little harder. See if everybody was paying attention to the conversation we had.
To the conversations? All right. This will make it fun. So, for everybody that has stuck around, you have the possibility of winning the beard box of Ride Like Hell scent. You get a very generous amount of products for it. And I got his Voodoo box. I mean, yeah, that scent is fucking awesome. If you don't have that, that ended up on the main line, so I would pick that one up too. So, do you have a question?
Yes, I do.
All right. So, I'm going to put some dots in the chat. Alex is going to ask the question, and when I put the dots down, you can say your answers. I'm not going to know the answer unless I paid enough attention to the conversation as well.
You should.
So, all right. Dots are going in the chat right now.
Cool.
Ask the question, sir.
All right. So, what was the first scent that I created once we left the dropship section? What was the name of the scent that I first created?
Let's see how many of you were listening.
Oh man, it smells good, man. Like
fucking Carrie. He had asked me on like a woodsy scent because he doesn't have one, and this was kind of the idea that I gave him. When you see the winner, you let me know, and I will put the comment up.
Oh, I guess that was a tough question.
Apparently,
people weren't paying attention, man.
Out of the 30 of you, only like 6 of you have answered, so that means the majority of you weren't listening. Unless
Come
they're
on,
going to
guys.
come in.
It's a full box of goodies. oil, body spray, butter, soap, sample. Oh, somebody was close. Somebody was really close. Come on, guys. Oh, I see it. Oh, I see it.
Who is the name, sir?
Let me double check if it was not before.
Because it's going to be on his screen since he's the one that asked the question. No, Mark. Not going to make it easy on you.
Okay, so Pop Mr. eBeer 88 has got the right answer, which is Lazy Bone.
There you go, eBeard. You are the winner of the Ride Like Hell box. Obviously, from what you have been saying tonight, you know how to get a hold of Alex really easily. So
Hey, truth be told, he actually bought 10 bottles of Moon Rocks
I
last
saw him put that in the
year.
comments. I didn't know if that was like a joke or if that was real.
No, that was real. He bought 10 bottles.
So somebody is a very, very big fan of Voodoo.
Yeah.
So there you go. All you gotta do is, I'm assuming, just reach out to you on Instagram, and
I got all his information, so don't even worry about it. You know, it'll be shipped tomorrow morning.
there you go. Tomorrow morning it'll be on the way to you, sir. Congrats. At least somebody was listening.
Oh,
so,
man.
With that being said, do you have anything else you want to talk about quick before?
Yeah, you know, just help me, guys. You know, see if you guys have had good experiences with the liquid butter in the past. If so, you know, why is it that it didn't work, or why did it work? I know that I'm not gonna move from the ingredients I already have here, because it has worked really well for me and other people that have they tried it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the liquid butter. I know that if I just don't want a mess, you know, when the tin comes in the summertime, and I know there's lots of ways you can try, and everything has failed, you know, in the past. I just want something that it will, you know, create less mess and it's easy to use. And hey, you know, I've used this for, I don't know if you guys can see the level, but I've used it maybe for 2 weeks, this bottle. And look at that. I haven't even made a dent.
Was that full to the top cap?
Yep, exactly. You know, and just a little bit goes a long way. And I used ingredients that will, you know, definitely last a while, you know, like 2 years mark.
Okay.
You know, it's got tons of cacao oil, has a lot of vitamin E as well, which prolongs the life, you know, products. Um, so definitely did my homework, you know, researching the ingredients, so that way I know that a lot of people have it on room temperature rather than in you know, the fridge, because you don't want this hardened. I guess it won't come out. But
Yeah.
you know, yeah, I just need all the feedback. You know, again, we need the right feedback. If you happen to purchase it in the future, let me know. You know, let me know straight up how you feel about it, and we take all type of criticism.
Yep. If you
This will
decide to
be
get it,
2 ounces.
it's 2 ounces, Richard.
2 ounces.
If you get it and if it sucks, fucking tell Alex it sucks.
Yep.
In a,
Exactly.
you know, respective way, but, you know, tell him it didn't work for you. You know, owners need to hear that.
Exactly.
And that way they can, you know, give you guys the best products that they can.
Yep.
So, all right.
And yep, a lot of good things to come in the summer. We have a lot of fun scents coming along.
It's looking bright for him. How you doing, Dan? We're just wrapping things up. Thanks for stopping in, sir. So, with that being said, everybody, I appreciate everybody that came in tonight and hung out with us for a while.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate the support.
Congrats to E-Beard on the winner. So until the next episode of the Longhouse, I appreciate y'all. See you later.
Bye.